what your students are really trying to tell you when they misbehave in class. Hi, my name's Helena, a coach for new and first year teachers. Welcome to the Classroom Calm Now Challenge. Over the next 30 days, I'm going to be walking you through step by step how to automate your classroom. When I first started teaching, I didn't believe that there was anything as a bad kid. What I did believe is that there were students who particularly liked to misbehave in class on purpose. Over the years, I've learned that behavior is a little more complex than that. The reality is many of our students actually want to behave, they just need help doing so. Then here are 3 reasons why students actually misbehave in class. Number 1, they're expressing a desire or a need not being met. Behavior is just communication. Many of our students aren't emotionally and mentally developed enough to be able to articulate when there's a need or want not being met. Which is why when I often pull my students for a sideline conversation, I'll get to the root cause of why the behavior is happening, and it's often one of the reasons that I listed earlier, a desire or a need not being met. For example, maybe they had a hard time sleeping last night, or maybe they're having a hard time sitting still, they don't understand the content. The second reason why students often misbehave in class is because there's something going on in their personal life. I'll never forget when one of my second graders was having a really hard day, so I pulled him out into the hallway and I asked him what was going on, and he told me, "It's not even about you." And I had found out that there was something going on at home. The student wasn't sleeping well. As adults, it can be really hard for us to separate our work life from our personal life, and it's even harder for our students to do so. Which is why I find it is so incredibly important to have conversations with your students to get to the root cause of why behavior is happening instead of just assuming. And the third reason why a student might be misbehaving in class is because of the content. Sometimes when content is too easy, content is too hard, and there's some gaps in learning, students will act out. Which is why whenever I notice a student acting out in class, one of the first things I'll look for is either a gap in learning, or maybe the knowledge that I'm teaching or the content I'm teaching is too easy for them. So at the end of the day, behavior is just communication, which makes it even more important as a teacher to get to the root cause of why the disruptive behavior is happening so you can actually fix the problem instead of just covering with band-aid strategies. If you liked these strategies, make sure to comment master and I will send you my free classroom management guide with my top 10 classroom management tips. And then make sure to follow for part 5, where we're going to be diving into the #1 strategy you can use to get your students to actually listen to you.